So, you wake up, drag yourself out of bed. You do whatever is involved in your morning constitution and prepare yourself for the offensiveness of being awake. For some, this process is more involved than it is for others. You put on your clothes and button your shirt a specific way based on your gender. At this point, you may choose to nourish yourself. However, at this ungodly hour of the morning, we will not hold it against you if you choose to skip a step. You stumble out of your house with the intent of going to your job. Now, perhaps it's because God hates you, or perhaps it's because you have a huge karmic debt on your shoulders, but as it turns out, someone has liberated your car from its usual location of being parked at the curb, in front of your house. And right now, as you stand reflectively on your doorstep, you think of the young punks that are taking your car out for a joyride. Or perhaps it was the infamous Gillespie brothers who are using the car to smuggle contraband fruit and vegetables across the border. West Nile mosquito-laden fruits. No SARS-laden fruits. No, flesh-eating fruits. Flesh-eating fruits which will inhabit your stomach and bust out from the inside like that scene from Alien. Or even more frightening, perhaps it was a drunk premier who took the car and recklessly drove down to a homeless shelter to assault the homeless by throwing money at them. No. Regardless, you manage to convince yourself that it is better that you go to work. Triumphantly, you march to the bus stop to meet your fellow commuters. You will not let what's happened ruin your day at work. You board the bus and are whisked away to greet the day ahead of you. You find your cubicle, you sit down, and you think to yourself, could this day get any worse? And as if on cue...
Hey Kyle, what's happening? Apparently we've got a little bit of a problem here. You didn't put one of the new covers on the TPS reports?
Faceless Megacorp, please hold.
See, putting the new covers on the TPS reports now before they go out. Did you get the memo about that? Yeah. Well, if you could just go ahead and make sure from now on you put the new cover sheets on the TPS reports, that would be great. All right? And I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo. All right? Ciao. Gary!
After work, it is incumbent that you unwind with your friends. After exploiting the full uses of analgesic sedatives, you find the eyes of a mysteriously sexy person from across the room. It begins. Let's say that you are particularly on top of your game that night. You need to persuade this sexy person that you, a frightfully drunk, inarticulate person, why, in God's name should anybody be interested in you, is in fact worth sexy person X's time. You manage to do the impossible. You convince sexy person X that you are worth their time and effort and that you may not be there forever, but you'll definitely be there tonight. However you manage, with a lot of help from alcohol, you get invited back to that person's house where you barge headlongly, no pun intended, down the path of love. Enter the Heterosexist Clothes. Women's clothes are buttoned the opposite way to those of men. The buttons of women's clothes are situated on the left-hand side, whereas the buttons on men's clothes are situated on the right-hand side. The actual reason for this phenomenon aside, the more important function is that you can take your partner's clothes off readily. It's a matter of easy access. However, when you are in a homosexual relationship, the same rules do not apply. You have to go through the tedious process of orienting yourself to your partner's backward buttons. You fumble your way down his or her shirt, only to find that when the shirt comes off, you are quite exhausted and no longer in the mood. These Insidiously buttoned garments are tucked into drawers and hidden in closets, if you will, where they quietly taunt. They whisper, "Put us on. Package yourself. You could be vacuum packed, bubble wrapped, sealed for freshness, partner proofed." The power of heterosexist clothes lies not only in their ostensible display of intent, but in their covert, obsequious manner in which they carry on. They slip past the person who hunches over them, painstakingly sewing them together in a sweaty factory. They slip past the headset-sporting clerk who piles them neatly in the window as part of the new spring line. The clothes go unquestioned, never criticized, or asked to explain themselves.
Or why are you heterosexist?
And so they carry on, spreading simply stitched messages of proscription everywhere. So from this day forth, all zipper, snap, and Velcro-bearing clothes will be regarded as being queer-friendly. This will change the face of gay pride parades forever. No longer will PVCs be without Velcro. All Birkenstocks will now have snaps. We will lobby all manufacturers to change their product so that it is inclusive and does not discriminate against certain demographics of people. So damn I say, to all those heterosexist clothes out there, why can't clothes just learn to love and accept everyone as equal?